Kalimera pedia. Well, today is the first day of school here in Greece. Both my daughters are at school right now. This is a quiet moment, okay? I'm doing a little bit of work. If you're new to the channel, I make music. I am a composer. I make music for media. And I'm working. After a long summer break, I'm finally working with peace and quiet. On a day like today, in the summertime, we're either at the beach, which I don't complain about that, obviously. Or if we're not at the beach, we're here with the kids, right? My daughter, Fedra, she's 14, so she doesn't really need much attention from me. She doesn't want to hang out with us, really. But my youngest daughter, Melina, she's 6, so she requires quite a lot of attention. She's always asking me, "Pusa me simera, papa, tita kana me simera, tapa me pedikihara." If you have kids, you know how it is. But it's been a very emotional morning for me and my wife, because my daughter Melina is now going to, primary schools. She's transitioning from Nipiagoyio all the way now to primary. I get very emotional whenever there is this milestones and these transitions. And both my kids are going through the Greek system. It's far from perfect. They're both going through public school. That being said, both my daughters went through private kindergartens, okay? In fact, both of them experienced public kindergarten and private kindergarten, okay? And I gotta say, even the public one, they were great. The Pronipio and the Nipegoyio, for both of my daughters, that they both experienced in the public system here in Greece, they were great. It all comes down to the person, to the teacher. Okay, the facilities are quite standard because it's a public facilities and whatnot, but it all comes down to the teachers and to who's running. It's a little bit of a gamble at times, but I gotta be honest, it was a great experience for both my daughters. And the reason why we put them as well through a private Nipiagoyio kindergarten is because we had the opportunity to do so. Okay, and there is a different touch there. Okay, yes, of course, it's a private kindergarten, and the facilities are different. That's number one. And of course, there's a different level of care, I guess, with the kids, and they have more resources. They eat, it's different. Obviously, I'm not gonna deny that. But however, right now, my daughter Melina is going from a private system, like the kindergarten, the Nipiagoyio, now going into the public system. So pretty much like, that's it, you're going into the Greek system, the school system. So I'm here enjoying a little bit of peace and quiet, doing a little bit of work. I shouldn't even be recording this video, actually. I'm having my second Greek coffee, okay? But if you're a family and you have kids and you're a foreigner that wants to come here to Greece, they are international schools, and that's completely different ball game altogether, because they follow a different curriculum as well. The private schools that I'm talking about here, I could probably send my kids to a private school here in Greece, not an international one, because I live here in Greece and my kids are Greek, right? So even though I'm a foreigner, both my daughters are going through the Greek system. So I want them to be educated through the Greek system, not necessarily an international curriculum like British or American or whatever. But there's plenty of foreigners that live here and put their kids through this type of international schools. I'm not talking about this type of private schools right now in this video. Obviously, I am integrated here in the community, and both my girls are going through the system. Even though my daughters speak English, and we live in a multicultural house, so to speak, I want them to go through the whole system. And yes, that includes the public system, and I'm forever grateful that they can actually experience everything that comes with that, okay? The difficulties that goes with being in a public school system versus a private one, but in my humble opinion, as someone who lives here in Greece for the last 14 years and raising kids here, I have one kid in high school and another one that is going to primary, and seeing what the private schools offer as well in terms of primary especially, I just don't see the need, at least in my humble opinion. Financially it's a big hit. If you have two kids and you want to send them to primary, right? Like half of my eldest daughter go through high school, a private high school, and now my daughter Melina go through a private primary school. It's going to be a financial hit for sure for the family, and I just don't see the need to do that. I know families that do this, by the way, here in Greece, that they just want to completely send their kids through the whole educational system private. I am more of a, and I guess this comes from the side of the father. I want to protect them, and yes, I want to shield them as much as possible, but at the same time, I want them to experience the fullness of the system and living here in Greece and grow like a Greek kid. Like, hey, this is it. You go to a public school now. There's no need for you to be in a private school, in high school, because, it's the same curriculum. And, yes, there is pros and cons. I'm not going to deny that, but I just don't see the need really. But anyways, I don't want to drag this video too long. I'm just here really doing some work in peace and quiet. Even though it's the first day, it's not a full day of school. It's just like go to school, meet the teacher. The priest go to the school and does the blessing, and the principal talks, and it's kind of like an official thing. We get a list of all the books and all the things that we need, and that's that. So what happens is that the first day, like today, they go to school, we see the school, we meet the kids, the teacher, whatever, do a little bit of a tour where the classroom is and all of that, and tomorrow is the official first day. So it's a great tradition. At least I think it's a nice thing here in Greece as a foreigner, that the very first day of school, you go to school, the priest does the blessing, all the kids get together, you get to meet your new classmates and all of that, and it's only for like an hour or two, and then they go to a cafeteria or whatever. They go to a pedikihara, they go and enjoy themselves for a little bit, and then tomorrow is where the full day starts. So from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way to 1 o'clock in Messimeri. When kids go to public schools, something that I wanted to mention before I let you go is that there are a lot of strikes. Okay, that's one thing. So if your kid is going to a private school, then if there's a strike, you're not going to be affected that much anyways. But when kids go to the public school, there's always strikes, and that's a little bit of a downer. It's a little bit of a struggle for a lot of parents, because when there's a strike, right, like from teachers and the public sector and whatnot, and the kids don't go to school. And for me and my wife that we work from home, it's not a big deal because we're here all the time. But I know a lot of parents that they don't have that flexibility. So these things do happen here in Greece quite a lot, okay? And you have to be aware of that. So if I had a 9 to 5, a regular 9 to 5, and I'm not here at home, and there's a strike, which is always gonna happen, then you have to figure it out what you're gonna do with the kids, right? And this is a real struggle for a lot of parents. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for all the love and support. I hope you're doing great. I hope that you're having a great school year as well, if you're a parent, wherever you are. I know that in the States, the school year has already started. But even here where I live, today is the very first day where you can feel it in the town. Parents going all over the place, kids are back at school. Like, that's it. There's no more diakopes. From this point on, we're in it now. That's it. And I'm really excited about this new school year for both my daughters. So I'm a proud dad, and I'm very happy that I can get my mornings back, so I can have peace and quiet, so I can do my music, do my videos, do my work, even though I do my videos outdoors anyways. But I can just do the things that I need to do here. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for all the love and support, and I'll see you in another video.